5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is Deducter bringing you day 1 of the Group C of the OSL round of 16. We have Jangbi versus Calm. This will surely also be an exciting matchup. Jangbi is the Protoss, the green Protoss there at the 11 o'clock, and Calm is the red Zerg here at the 1 o'clock position. This should be quite exciting. Jangbi has been playing very well recently. Although he has lost a few games actually in the Pro League playoffs. So that has sort of cooled his fire, cooled his hot streak for a little bit here. But Calm also playing fairly well. I don't think quite on the same level of fire that Jangbi is, but nevertheless performing fairly well. So this should be an exciting matchup between these two players. Calm, I believe the deepest he's ever gotten into OSL is the round of 4. He might have done it twice, once against Fantasy and once against Flash. I think he got into round 4 in the last OSL, getting knocked out by Fantasy here. I'm pretty sure. And Stork cheering on! That's a celebrity I recognize. Stork cheering on Jangbi, surely. Good for Stork. I am very excited. I don't know what that says, but fighting words, I'm sure, coming from Stork, giving support to his teammate here. So Jangbi, I think, with Stork's power there in the audience, channeling his psionic energy into Jangbi's mind, those two probably have a telepathic link, as Protosses are wont to do, W-O-N-T, look that word up. Anyway, well, actually, wont may not be the exactly correct description, because telepathic communication is pretty much the only way the Protoss can communicate. But I still think it's good enough use of the word. Anyway, looks like this drone is going to come out here to the natural while I was distracted there a little bit by my own impudence, I have to say, lecturing people here. 2 gateways going down for Jangbi, so he is going something unstandard. He wants to put on some early pressure and do what he can here early on. I don't know whether this is going to be completely wise, because it turns out that Calm has gotten lucky with his Overlord Scout. He is going to see this. And really, I think Jangbi was hoping more for the element of surprise to be on his side. Jangbi will have to get some sort of damage done with these 2 gateways. I think Calm has spotted this. Well, if he didn't spot it, he will shortly be able to spot it. He is going to see this gateway. And now quite a few Zerglings are out here to help defend the natural. I don't think Calm's going to be able to do any sort of damage to Jangbi. Obviously, Jangbi with 2 gateways, Calm is going to see this. Jangbi also with the Zealot on the ramp there. Really getting somewhat unlucky here, because Calm with his Scout is going to know exactly what's going on by sheer virtue of the fact that he sent his Overlord in the correct direction. I don't think, though, surely Jangbi has practiced a scenario where the Zerg player knows what's coming. I was hoping that he can do well here, and best not to let those 2 Zerglings sneak into his base. So this is sort of the Protoss versus Zerg play from way back in the day, maybe 2003, 2004, 2004. I was going to say Forge Fast Expand was really, Nal Ra did a lot of work on that, and Bisu was the one who made it super famous, but Protoss were pretty much Forge Fast Expanding before Bisu. Nal Ra, really, I would say he is the true popularizer of that. Before that, Protoss used to do pretty much 2 gateway openings. Anyway, looks like these Zerglings might be able to surround some of these Zealots here, or maybe they will try something to run by, but with 5 Zealots, going to be able to push these Zerglings out. Some more Zerglings coming out, both players matching each other in these Tier 1 basic units here on the field. I think Jangbi, he's putting the 14 in the back. He's probably being released out of expansion. Whatever gambit Jangbi was hoping, whatever he was hoping to accomplish with this gambit of his early Zealots, probably has failed here. He has forced a lot of Zerglings to be morphed here by Calm. And Calm, I don't think will be able to really assault the front here anytime soon. Jangbi is going to put down a cannon here. If a cannon, once a cannon is warped in, there won't be much that Calm can do to pressure the front with these Zerglings and all those Zealots there. Maybe Calm is going to try to sneak by as best he can with a few Zerglings. Looks like he actually is going to be able to accomplish this. No, those Zealots defending well there. Calm, seeing that the natural, I think, has gone down, but Calm, I don't think he'll be too bad. He'll probably start droning up some more. He is doing that in natural, and he's likely to perhaps transitioning into more of a Hydralist build here. But that is what I imagine he's going to try to do here. And that scouting probe going down. A drone going up there, kind of bold move by Com, perhaps to put down expansion at the 12:30 o'clock. The 12:30 o'clock position, right? So fairly close. Com is going to want to put on a lot of pressure early on. Ordinarily, I would imagine if Zerg is going for a more macro build, they would put the hatchery further away to increase the distance between the Protoss and Zerg. They wait for overwhelming numbers before attacking. But in this case, if you put the hatchery closer to Protoss, surely the Zerg wants to put on early pressure, rally as many forces as quickly as possible to the front here. Jangbi is going to have his expansion up in time. I would say both players are fairly even now, economically, considering Jangbi forced so many Zerglings to be morphed early on. And now Jangbi with his expansion up, I don't think he's going to be too far behind. He might actually have transferred those probes a little too early. Hydralist then going down here for Com. And Jangbi putting down his Stargate here. Gonna force the Overlord out of his base. Jangbi persisting with building Zealots. He put down another cannon at the front to defend. He's also sort of put his Cybernetics core in that forward position. That might actually be a tad dangerous if they get sniped. That's actually a pretty critical tech building. But it looks like Com is going to be safe to mine from 3 bases. Jangbi does have quite a few Zealots. He's pushing out a bit here with a few of them, leaving 3 to defend along with his cannons. No, Jangbi just wants to see perhaps how many Zerglings are out in the field here. He's going to realize there are quite a few. But he will have an Overlord, Corsair out to scout soon enough. So, this is quite dangerous by Com, I have to say. I'm not quite sure what he's planning here, because I'm almost... maybe I have not been paying enough attention to Com's base here, but I don't think he put down his lair. I mean, there's only one possible reason why the Zerg does not put down the lair, which is an early Hydralist / Zergling bust. I don't think he'll do anything. Com has not put down the lair! Oh dear, I should have known this probably 2 minutes ago. Apologize for that, but this is not going to work, I feel, for Com. Jangbi will has his tech out. He's got Dragoons, just a few Corsairs and a Dark Templar or 2. He's putting down his Citadel. We'll be able to ward this off, I feel, without... I don't know why Com has opted not to go for the lair. He's now putting down the lair. Jangbi sees this, of course. I think Jangbi is not going to be bothered by this at all. He's got so many Zealots at the front, 3 cannons, 2 Dragoons, and there does not even appear to be a dozen Hydralists out here for Com. So Com, oh no, man. Com, his early pressure strategy not going to work out here. Building all those units fairly worthless, I have to say, at this point. Jangbi going to try to kill what Overlords he can out on the field with his Corsairs for now. And Com still massing up with the Hydralists. Jangbi does need to be a tad careful. He is supplementing his defenses in the front with cannons, sneaking in 1 or 2 there. He's also building more gateways. He's not going to make the mistake of other Protoss players to underestimate this attack by the Zerg. As long as he can defend against it, he will almost certainly win. There's like a 95% chance of winning if he defends against it successfully. Even as it stands, if Com doesn't move out soon, Jangbi will have such a tech lead. I think he should be quite comfortable. Jangbi surely researching +1 attack. He might possibly have put down his Templar Archives for now, and Com morphing additional hatcheries. I guess he's realized he wasn't going to be able to break the front, and is content to build more forces. Templar Archives going down now. So, Jangbi probably going to research Storm, hopefully, with he's a great player with Storm. He's putting down additional cannons to reinforce his defense. The one danger is if Jangbi overcommits the cannons at the front, Com could potentially go for some sort of drop. Although with this many units, and the fact that there are Corsairs on the field, Com surely wants to go for Overlord speed with drop. Com pushing massive battle here at the front. Cannons fighting very well. The Zerglings almost all dying easily to the Zealots. Zealots now pushing out against the Hydra. There are quite a few Hydras. Zealots with speed are finished. They have +1 attack finish. They're falling back to the cannon there. there are a lot of Hydralisks at the front. Jangbi needs to send in some more units to deal with this. Jangbi has lost almost all of his units, and Kam might yet be able to break through here, even though I thought he wouldn't be able to. More cannons going down. No, Kam should not be able to break through, but Jangbi forced to pull his probes off the line to defend, and there are only 3 cannons left against maybe a half a dozen Hydralisks. Additional forces are being rallied to the front, and Kam is not going to be able to break through. There are enough cannons to defend, and during this time, Jangbi has been doing what he can to kill overlords at the front, probably buying time for 1 DT or 2 to come out and deal with this. Jangbi has gone for High Templar. He needs to research Storm, obviously. Kam has a brief window to finish the job. Once Storm comes out, there will be nothing he can do. Kam, knowing that he has this brief window, is going in for the attack now. He's forced a cannon to be cancelled, possibly. He surely has seen the Templar. He's also building some lurkers there, it looks like. And Kam, again, going to come in for another attack. This time he's got good positioning there. Only 2 cannons able to attack the Hydralisk, and the Zealot's not going to be able to do too much. Jangbi probably would be wise to retreat his forces, Kam inflicting some damage and then pulling back. Pretty good maneuver. Now Kam is going to send the lurkers in, and that lurker going to be able to burrow itself, perhaps forcing Jangbi to expend Storm there. The lurker has gotten position over the assimilator. Good move there. And yes, Jangbi forced the Storm on the lurker. Now the Hydralisk is going to come in since the Storm was not over. The Hydralisk sniping 2 of the cannons, but great Storm! That single Storm there literally just saved Jangbi here. That without that Storm, I think Jangbi would be out of this game. As it stands, things are still very perilous for Jangbi. He needs to build more cannons. Kam really not letting up with the pressure here. Jangbi, he needs to build more cannons. He cannot be overconfident here. There was tons more Hydralisks coming in by Kam. Jangbi forced to morph an Archon. There are only 3 cannons left to defend. Maybe he just ran out of resources, and Kam with just too much pressure. Jangbi putting down an observatory. Kam needs to finish off those 2 cannons and the Archon, and victory will be his. He's burrowed his lurker at the front. He's going to send his Hydralisk perhaps to snipe the Nexus. Sniping the Nexus would also win him the victory. Those Hydralisks are out of the range of the cannons. That Archon, absolutely hero Archon here, fending back the Hydralisk, but with the Zealots down, the Archon is forced to retreat here. Jangbi just not quite enough units to get this done. I have to say Kam played very well this game. The Archon goes down, and I think Kam is going to win here. Oh, Jangbi, GG's. Very close game, I have to say. I think Jangbi just ran out of resources to build more cannons at the end there. A very, very aggressive action by Kam to win him the game, despite the fact that, I mean, Kam's build, very interesting, as always. I perhaps have too low of opinion of him, but he does win the game here, and deserves my respect for this. Thank you for watching this game going on to the last set. 약간 더 불안 상태였던 우리였기 때문에 타이밍은 조금 더 뒤쳐졌지만 그만큼 많은